Real quick, just want to say this video is not intended for kids. The Sims 4 is rated T for teen and it uses graphic mods. Hi, just letting you know real quick that the audio for this kind of got borked, so I'm re-adding the audio after the fact, so if it doesn't make sense for a while, that's why. Hello, Rose8767 here, bringing you another episode of The Sims 4 um, Disney Princess Challenge. So, some of our kids are aging up, so we're gonna, well, Nemo specifically, so we're giving him some new traits. I'm thinking, should we give him the bad trait first, or should we start with something like, good and then give him, we'll give him a kleptomaniac trait. Yeah, we'll give him the kleptomaniac trait. I don't think we actually have that. We'll make him a rambunctious scamp, and that'll be his thing. Let me see. So, if you're wondering where I've been recently, where the series has been and whatnot, well, first I had a huge mood dip. I came back and did The Sims 2 for a bit. I just had all these bad things going on at once. My mother has cancer. I've had a lot of other stuff. I was just majorly depressed and did not feel like recording. Um, a lot of my audio stuff wasn't working, so technically I'm re-adding the audio to this after I've already recorded it, so that's fun. Um, just all kinds of things that messed with my mood, and I just generally did not want to do this for a while. So here we are doing this. But yeah, basically that's about it. But I'm ready to play. I'm ready to do things, and we're gonna have the kids clean the bed and whatnot. But I've also been genuinely thinking we've been on this generation for quite a while. It's been a lot of episodes. I'd like to get this challenge is like 10 generations. I'd like to get this done faster. I'm gonna sell some of these beds we don't need because we only have one toddler left. Um, but genuinely, what I'm thinking is, wait, yeah, we'll put some more beds down. But genuinely, what I'm thinking is, we need to work on getting this particular stage over with. So instead of waiting them for like to age up and stuff, I'm gonna start like once they max the skills they need to do to age up and they get close to their character traits. I'm basically gonna force them to age up because the way I'm basically doing this is they gotta get the character trait that a positive character trait from Parenthood, and they either have to be an ace in school in their child years, or they have to max 5 skills, or 1 skill to 5, or all skills to 3 in their toddler years. So basically, what I'm initially doing is I'm going to be doing that. The toddler skills. So once the toddler's done with the skills, immediately aged up. Once they're got their character trait, immediately they become an adult. And I don't know if I'll move them out per se when that happens. We're still with the 7 dwarves. I think what we'll do was we'll keep them all in there until basically our Cinderella has aged up. And I do remember I did this. I randomly rolled the dice to figure out which of our girls would end up being Cinderella, because since it's Disney Princess, I'd prefer them all to be the females. So, but genuinely, I rolled to see which one would be Cinderella, and it's gonna be, God, I can't remember her name. It's been a while. She was the one that was the hardest to pronounce too. So I ultimately decided that I'm going to change her name to something Cinderella-y. Maybe not actually Cinderella, because I refuse to just name my characters after the actual princesses. But I have seen a couple of movies recently that where the Cinderella and the Snow White and whatnot had a technically a different name. So, like, for example, my Snow White isn't named Snow White because she's technically not the Snow White. So, I named her after, I named her Lilliana, or Lily, because that's what I got stole it for. I not stole it, but I borrowed the idea from Snow White: A Tale of Terror. So, technically speaking, my Snow White is named Lily. Um, Lilliana, I think. But I'm thinking of doing the same for Cinderella. And I can't remember the movie at the moment, but I did find a movie that Cinderella has a different name besides Cinderella, and that Cinderella is simply just a nickname. But on that regard, our Cinderella already technically has a different name, and and Cinderella's a nickname. So I don't know. Should we just have her evil stepmother call her Cinderella, so officially we'll be calling her Cinderella? And, like, have to change her name because of the evil stepmother? Or should we get a whole new name? I'm actually thinking what we might do. Obviously, Cinderella wasn't her birth name in the story. She got covered in cinders. Her name was Ella. So I'm thinking what's initially going to happen now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, instead of taking the name from another movie that I can't remember at the moment, probably what I think I'm going to do then is, I'll just have, because it wasn't her birth name. So this makes a little more sense, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll just change her name to Cinderella because of the cruel name that, that her mother. We don't even have to technically call her Cinderella. We could just think of something that means that she's all dirty and something. So it just has to be a name that's being cruel to her because she's covered in ashes and or dirty or whatnot. That's the idea, at least. Anyway, I'm adding a desk because these kids need a desk for their homework and whatnot. We actually don't have one. Well, we have one, but we need another. And I'm trying to add stuff that's on the cheap side because we don't have a lot of money right now, but still looks like we would have made it ourselves because the idea is that we're crafting stuff ourselves. We live in the woods. We don't have a job. We paint to get money, and the idea is we're supposed to be making this stuff ourselves. The bunk beds I'm trying to separate though by personalities wise for these kids, but for the most part, I want to keep the idea that we made this ourselves. Like that desk over there. That's the idea. The bed looks like it was made by us. You know, things that we basically crafted ourselves. And obviously, because you know what? This looks... maybe I should at least make them match. Oh, the Sims tickets. Yeah, I forgot we did that. Apparently, because the kids were toddlers, some of the kids were toddlers at the time, they just ended up in our inventory, because that makes sense. Because apparently toddlers can't go to the Sim festivals, so that's dumb. But anyway, we'll just grab that. I really don't care at this point. We just gotta make it look like we made it ourselves, and this looks like the most we would have made it ourselves. So, it just works, okay? Anyway, I don't have a set plan today other than basically trying to get these kids to get their last of their things up so I can age them up. I really want to age up our Cinderella. Well, again, I know I really should have chose a better name for her because I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. But oh, you know, you should work on this flower arrangement you never finished. Um, but yeah, basically, yeah, we got some gifts from like people that are related that know our family. Some of them are like deceased relatives of Lily, like her family that I made before this that I killed off basically. But then also like oh, I did some volunteering also while I was away. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I did Harvest Fest happened, but I think I finished that off camera, or if I did it on camera, I did it off camera or whatever. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. But I also technically like was working on their skills. I had them volunteer a bit to get their positive character traits from Parenthood. So I never really do the volunteering thing in all honesty, but it really helps to get their stuff up, so I should really do it more. But I'm thinking generally we're going to we're doing a good job so far on the character traits. I really want responsibility is like the easiest one to get. I literally get that without trying all the time. But the others I really have to try for. I really want though considering she's always so rude and whatnot, and hot-headed. I kind of want our Cinderella to get emotional control. Maybe some empathy as well. Either or would be great, but I really want emotional control because she gets angry all the time. Is always yelling. So I need her. That's what I think would be best for her. So I'm always having her write in this dang notebook, but I also want her to get empathy because I feel like being Cinderella, she would have a lot of empathy towards people left. Oh my God! Yay! 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 That's amazing. Somebody just got that up. Oh my God, we're there. Woo. Okay. Well, we just need to I'm not going to skip her teenage years. So I'm just going to age her up though. I just got to age her up. Okay. And you got high responsibility, which means I can probably they all got really high responsibility though, to be fair. Like not all of them I wanted to have responsibility, but they have it. So, I'm just going to have her make a cake. Actually, do we have a cake still in here? I think we have a cake still in here. Yes, we do. Okay, so we're just going to use this. We're going to age them up real quick. Because they got the character skills. I'm not going to skip their teenage years. But I don't want to lose this either. So we'll focus on their teenage years just a bit. Just because the other kids need to catch up. And she's going to be our Cinderella. So I don't want her to get too much older. But then her siblings. But genuinely, I'm going to try and focus on Now the thing is though, I think Cinderella's story starts when she's a teen. I have to double check the rules. Okay, she's aging up. Obviously, according to the rules, her traits have to be foodie and neat. So I'm going to make her. I think I'm going to make her aspiration. I think I'm going to make it the neat one from the busting the dust pack. And I think I'm going to make her first trait. Should I make it foodie or neat? I think I'll make it. Oh wait, I can't make it. I was gonna almost made it music lover, but she can't be a music lover because she has to be a foodie and neat. What am I talking about? But I need to get rid of that. I mean, I pre-recorded this, so just so you know, I'm adding the audio later if I haven't already said it. So this is decisions I made at the time. If I made this error, I have to fix it. But technically she's supposed to have the foodie and neat traits and then the negative trait from being a dwarf. So she can't have that music lover trait. So if I give her that in this, I'm going to be pissed at myself for allowing myself to do so. Because she really the last two traits have to be foodie and neat. So I really hope my past self understands that and frickin' fixes it already because he's just, whatever he's doing, he's just sitting there and probably was talking mile a minute while this is going on about something, instead of actually fixing the damn trait. Alright, come on, dude. There we go. Alright, there we go. He did it neat. Perfect. Okay, so my past self did realize his error and made him neat. Alright. Can you add some birthday candle to that since you're the closest before somebody takes a piece of cake? Because I don't need to deal with that. Sometime today, lady. Alright, we can sell that we can sell your old homework. Come on. Alright, and now who is it? Whose turn was it? It's your turn. Your turn to age up. As soon as you're done with your homework. You can, you're napping? Why don't you take an actual sleep, though? Actually, yeah, you did your homework. Why don't you take an actual sleep? You know what, I'll let him nap for now. He is hungry, though, so he can get some food. Oh, that's deliveries. Get some food. Oh, hello. We'll do that. Cool. Alright, oh, hello. We'll do that. And then, okay, so they just aged up. Perfect. I'm thinking... Trait-wise, what am I thinking? I really should have saved one of the negative traits for when they were older, because I could have done someone who was unflirty. That could have been fun. A little late now. We'll do, a genius and, a renaissance sim? No, wait, maybe a nerd brain. We'll do a nerd brain. He's always been very smart. I feel like he'd be a good nerd brain. We'll add some more candles. because I think it's about time. I think she's got full. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot. I was just putting candles on it so they can't eat it, and then putting it back in the fridge. What I'm talking about comes later. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but I haven't recorded anything else besides this. Which I'm going to do after I finish editing this. I'm going to record a new video of this series because I got and I'm also thinking I might record Dream Home Decorating. If I'm perfectly honest with you guys, I have different mods I use for Dream Home Decorator versus Disney Princess Challenge. I use some royalty mods, which I tend to take out when I play Dream Home Decorator because I don't want those mods in my game for non-royalty stuff. So honestly, Sims will walk around and develop the traits for the royalty mod, so I don't feel like dealing with that in games that aren't about royals. So I already have those in my game right now because I was playing my off-camera Disney Princess Legacy Challenge. Yes, I have my own. I have an off-camera one and the one I'm doing on stream. I mean on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this back when it was a thing because oh yeah, so I made her over real quick. That's what the flash was. I did it off camera. I made her over because it was gonna take a lot of time. I'm just basically showing off her outfits now, but basically yeah. Now I kind of went with the idea that it's the idea with this particular generation is still the 1800s. So I'm trying to make her look Cinderella-y, but still follow it's the 1800s. Now it's not going to be completely and utterly accurate because I'm trying my best here. But some of the stuff is from a little bit later on in the decades, just because I don't have at this point in time when I recorded this, I had way less mods for this for earlier on in the time period that I'm basing this on. But I tried my absolute best to get as close to this time period that I wanted. That I want to do. I'm trying to pretend it's the 1880s or the 1890s right now, because basically I'm trying to pretend it's a Disney Princess Challenge. I'm trying to pretend it's a little bit more back in time when this initially was going on. It won't be 100% accurate, unfortunately, because I don't feel I just haven't got at this point in time. I did not have all the mods. I did not have as much CC for that time period, and I didn't feel like getting rid of a lot of the stuff I did have to add that because I didn't want to slow down my computer. Just personally, I didn't want to slow down my computer so much. So I am going to add these tights though, because I feel like even in hot weather they would probably wear tights back in that time period. This particular length wasn't okay for a dress to be worn, but I really wanted to give her that. I am gonna though make a few edits because now we have nails. This has actually been a thing for a while, but when I recorded this was brand new, so I'm adding nails to the girls because we have nails now, and I really want to work with that. I do still have some custom nails installed in my game from before nails were a thing. Unless they break, I choose not to get rid of them, just because. I actually think, though, and if I'm going to be perfectly frank with you, I really think this daughter is the prettiest of them so far. I think she came out extremely gorgeous, and I really like her. And I'm honestly disappointed that we won't be using her as Cinderella, just because I wanted to randomly choose who my Cinderella would be. I didn't want to pick the oldest or the youngest girl. Just assume. I didn't want to go by, oh, this one's the youngest, so she has to be Cinderella, or oh, this one's the oldest, so she's the heir. So I ultimately decided I was gonna randomize it and just see whoever we got, and because I thought that was gonna be more fun that way, because then I don't know exactly what Cinderella's traits are gonna be. And I think it's honestly going to be a little bit funny, if I'm perfectly frank with you, with our Cinderella being extremely hot-headed. Okay, maybe I just said I thought she was the gorgeous one, but honestly, I think actually now that I'm looking at them up close, I think actually the one we got as Cinderella is actually much more prettier. Like her mother has very much her the daughter very much has a long the first daughter very much has a very long face like her mother and a lot of her dad's features. But honestly, the second daughter is so gorgeous. Like the one we're doing for Cinderella, she actually is really gorgeous. She's not iconically blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin like Cinderella, but it's my challenge. I don't have to make them look exactly like Cinderella. I know a lot of people I saw who do this challenge do that, but it's my challenge. I don't want to have to alter their looks because of genetics. Because to make the because, I don't want to have to change their genetics and looks to match the character. I only want to see what these Sims actually look like when they are born. And honestly, she looks really cute. Not gonna lie, she actually is really gorgeous. She's not like iconic Cinderella, but she's not. Her name isn't even Cinderella, so it doesn't she doesn't have to be iconic Cinderella. That's the reason though I avoided doing Tiana in this challenge and was substituted because as much as even though I'm doing that, I don't want to whitewash Tiana. I'm sorry. I refuse to whitewash Tiana, so I chose to opt out of that. But when I did that, I didn't know Cinderella was going to be dark skinned. So um, if you want to see me change it to Tiana and post and like move Aurora, I might do. I mean, if people want to see me do Tiana, I will. Especially now that my Cinderella is not whitewashed, is not white. So if I do a a darker skinned prince, she's going to be for her. Tiana will totally be darker skinned. But at the same time, I don't have to do that either. Because the way I basically modified the challenge to be in the order the movies came out. So we could always do Tiana if people want to see me do Tiana, but I'm honestly thinking I want to do the order that I originally was set it up to do, so it would be in the order of which the Disney princess movies came out. So um, after this, after Cinderella would technically be Aurora, but in my modified version. But again, if people want to see me do Tiana and do the original way, I totally will. Especially now that my Cinderella is not obviously not white, so Tiana wouldn't be. I wouldn't have to worry. And my fear with genetics is that I would whitewash Tiana. So um, I refuse to do that. So we don't have to do it that way. Now,
Yes.
but I don't have to do it the way I originally set it up. Now that Cinderella is not going to be whitewashed, so, I mean white, so that Tiana won't be whitewashed. So, um, it's up to you. But yeah, I'm going to show the family tree real quick, just real quick. But yeah, I did actually have as you can see, I very much have our Snow White has parents of her own. They're named after the characters in Snow White: A Tale of Terror, and then obviously, just to keep her in the family tree, Snow White has a half sibling, or Liliana has a half sibling with Queen Claudia, who is the evil queen. And Queen Claudia, I don't remember if Queen Claudia's child actually had a name, so I just named. I don't even think I was there for the child's birth, so technically speaking, it just has a random name. That's just so that the evil queen will appear in the family tree. Now, you may be wondering, why did I include the evil queen and not just make it some random old person? Well, I have a plan for that actually down the line. As soon as Cinderella, well, actually Cinderella came of age, so she's now a teenager. So I ultimately have a plan of how I'm going to incorporate the evil queen a little bit more into this story, and how I'm going to initially do that. How I'm initially going to um, have this story turn into a very Cinderella like esque story. I mean, Snow White esque story. But I've actually been going for a while though now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video here. I love you all, my beautiful lovelies, and I will see you all in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Bye! Oh, hello. What are you still doing here? I mean, if you liked my video that much, you might as well give me a like, a subscribe, and a comment to tell me how I did. I mean, I know I'm not the best YouTuber in the world, but if you liked my video that much, you might as well show me some love, so... Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. I love you all, my beautiful lovelies. Bye!